the next amateur boxing era, w.a.b.c. Before we start, subscribe and the notification bell. That being said, let's fight. Now, in the world of amateur boxing, there have been 3 organizations that have stepped into the world of amateur boxing. And these are 3 pro boxing organizations. w.a.b.c. is one, w.b.a. is one, and IBF. So, let me go ahead and put it in the way you can understand. Well, these 3 organizations, they have where you can only do, if you start out as a professional boxer, you don't do nothing but exhibition matches. Matches that can say, hey, I compare myself to one, you compare yourself to the other. Now, an exhibition match don't consider belts, no. But it's how if there was rules to a amateur regular exhibition match that is sanctioned by both a amateur organization and a pro organization, the world of boxing needs to step into the new age, a new era by letting amateur and pro boxers stand on the same stage. So there should be a new organization called the World Amateur Boxing Commission, or w.a.b.c. This is the rules for the World Amateur Boxing competitions. Rule 1. There will be 5 rounds for each amateur boxing match. That means instead of the original amateur boxing rounds, they're going to be 2 more added to it, Just make it a lot more fun, make it a lot more exciting. I mean, come on. We do 3 rounds. Come on, man. We come 3 rounds. We look at it. We say, wow, I wish I could fight some more. That'd be a better opportunity to win. But each round in a World Amateur Boxing matches, there will be 3 minutes, like always. I mean, come on. There's more ways than one that you could look at it. You say, whoa, I want to fight this guy longer. But since it's gonna be 5, how you doing? Oops, sorry. My thumb hit the thing. That's how it works, Then the match will be sanctioned by USA Boxing and officiated pro boxing organizations like w.a.b.c, w.b.a, and IBF, because they have stepped into the world of amateur boxing. And we have, 3 leagues or competitions that sanction with USA Boxing, like the future of WBA champions, which is sanctioned by a pro boxing organization known as WBA. Right. Then, just like how these 3, again, have where you get awarded title belts from competing in their leagues or tournaments, what do you think would be better for the rules of an amateur boxing title match or title belt match? So let me go ahead and put it where you guys can understand this. It goes something like this. The USA Boxing Organization, that is amateur boxing organization, being officiated with pro boxing organizations like WBC, WBA, and IBF, they should have amateur boxing title matches that comes along with it. Like USA and the amateur boxing world of WBA and WBC, WBA, and IBF. So here's the rules for their amateur boxing title matches. Now, the rules going to be a little different. I mean, the reason why I'm doing this, I saw this guy fight, and when he fought in a WBA tournament, he got a trophy. Really? A trophy? That's all? A trophy, man? That's not how it goes, man. I mean, if it's a tournament that's sanctioned by WBA, they should at least get one thing. And that is a belt. Cause with the WBA belt and a tournament that's called Future of WBA Champions, which is also officiated with USA Boxing, which is amateur boxing. I mean, you already got two tournaments who gives out belts. But why not give out a WBA belt that's like the pros, you know? What was me? Because you know why? And again, I'm gonna have to say this: USA Boxing, which is officiated as a amateur boxing organization, should talk with Title Boxing and WBA to have where a belt that looks similar to a pro boxing title belt should, have to be given out. I mean, Title Boxing had to take down a belt that looked similar a long time ago. I had did a video on it, and they might got in trouble. Sorry about that, Title Boxing. But it's time for you guys to bring that belt back. Make it where amateur boxers of the WBA, which is a pro boxing organization, give out this belt and not some, hey man, I got a trophy. Yeah, that made me the champ. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No. So, in a way, I'm about to give out the rules on a title boxing match. Number one, in a World Amateur Boxing Championship match for a title belt that officiate with pro boxing organizations like WBC, WBA, IBF that had amateur boxing competitions. That's the first rule. Because if it's officiated with any of these pro boxing organizations, perfect. Fascinating. Awesome. Number two, for the sanctioned USA Boxing Amateur, WBA, WBC, and IBF title belt matches known as a amateur majority challenger. You feel me? Because one, you want to see a match where they go after a belt that has similar look to, well, a pro boxing one. Number three, there will be rounds of 7 for each World Amateur Boxing title match. Tell me if I'm lying. Don't you think it sound a little bit more better? That means I added 2 more numbers to a round. And especially an amateur title match. I mean, come on. Come on. That's the best way you go. That means you can set up for pro boxers who want to come out there and fight for their matches. Get that money. For each round in a world amateur boxing title match, there will be 3 minutes. Like always. Just the same way as an exhibition, it could be the same thing with the world title. World amateur boxing title match. You hear me on this? You hear me, my friends? Come on now, don't play. You know I'm going with this. To win a world amateur boxing title match by scoring by judges, KO or TKO. In many ways, the same way you're like a regular pro boxing match or any other boxing match, no less. But that's just me saying so, I don't know what to say right now. It makes me more excited me explaining to you guys. It'd be more better that way. A W.a.b.c boxing match. So what do you guys think of my idea for future amateur boxing champions? Huh? With that being said, I'm your boy Chris Blackthorn Harris. Like, share, leave a comment below. Cause what it calls in my boxing style, I know how to guard my grill.